This here is the Nomad Titanium Band in black titanium for my black titanium Apple Watch Ultra 2. This is a band that I've always been looking forward to trying out. It matches really nicely with the Apple Watch Ultra 2. This is extremely close to the color and the finish of the Apple Watch Ultra 2 in black titanium. And I think they did an amazing job with getting this to match the Apple Watch. You can tell that the Apple Watch does have a little bit more of a grayish hint, while the band is a little bit more in a blackish hint of color. But overall, it's extremely close, and it's something that you have to really look up close, or maybe with a little bit more lights, you can kind of see the difference between the colors, but it's extremely close compared to all other third-party bands that I've tried out. On Amazon, for example, this band is adjustable, the links can be removed, and there is a tool in the packaging to allow you to do that. I'll get to that in a little bit. You need to make sure that this will fit your wrist, see what kind of sizes it fits, and measure your wrist to make sure that this band will actually be something that you can modify to your wrist. Going back to the actual fit, it fits perfect on my hand once it's been adjusted, and I don't notice it dragging into my skin in any way, and it's something that I could wear easily throughout the day. I do like that this band is really nice for the Apple Watch Ultra 2, and it makes it look more like a traditional watch. You can also wear this every day. You can, run with it, you can do some exercise with it, but make sure that you wash it off, dry it off later, because it's not really recommended to do any type of exercise with a metal band like this one, but you can do that if you wanted to. The other thing I want to talk about here is the way the latching works. So this has a magnetic closure at the very top. It's not like a traditional watch where you have the clasp open up. This one is really easy. Press a button, it removes the actual magnetic clasp, and then you have two separate pieces. Once it's on your hand, you just close it up and it just magnetically attaches in place. You don't have to worry about this being detached in any way. I noticed how secure this thing was invented to be, because you just press the button and then it releases. But if you don't press that button, there's no way you can open up this clasp in any way. Even if you do any type of sports or anything, it's not gonna open up automatically unless you press those buttons, and you have to press both sides. The design is really nice, and the links really make it look very premium. It's a high quality band here, and you can immediately tell based on the packaging, based on when you touch this band for the first time, you know you're getting a high quality product. But of course, with that, it comes with a high quality price. So that price is pretty hefty. It is something that you want to make sure that you're investing in for a while if you're going to keep this specific Apple Watch of your choice, or you're going to probably upgrade in the future. Hopefully that the band sizes don't change when Apple upgrades the Apple Watches in the future. It'd be kind of an inconvenience buying a band this expensive and not being able to use it in the future. So this is something you should also know when purchasing a band of this cost, that you're getting something premium for right now, but is it something that you can also use in the long run? But it does come in two colors. You're gonna have the natural and the black titanium, and there's also a stainless steel version, and there's sizes for other watches as well, so you can make sure that this fits on your watch and you can get that titanium look or stainless steel look with this metal band. There is one drawback that it's probably due to the size of my wrist, but when I adjusted the links, I noticed there's a little gap between my wrist and the band, and that pretty much creates a weird haptic sound when having notifications displayed on the Apple Watch. And I think that this happens because of the gap. I couldn't get the band closer to my skin, because if I remove an additional link, then I get it really tight. So this is the max I can go with for the link removal. So that's something you should know as well when purchasing this band, that if you don't get it snug enough, you might have that noise from the ticking of the haptic feedback within the watch. Since it is a metal band, you can hear it throughout the band, and then you kind of just notice it. The most important thing I want to talk about here is the way that you remove the links. So inside, of course, you have a toolkit that lets you pretty much remove each one. In the beginning, it took me like 20 to 30 minutes to figure out how to use the toolkit. There's a video that you can watch from Nomad that makes it a lot easier. Until I figured out that there's a video, that took some time. But then once I got the video, I noticed how they remove each link, and then I made sure I read the instructions to see that I'm not supposed to remove specific links. So when you get this and you want to try to adjust this for your size, make sure you don't remove the links that are not supposed to be removed, and take your time with removing each one. Once you remove one link, you kind of start to notice how it works and how the mechanism works. So then you start removing them a lot quicker. And make sure you also remove equal amounts from both sides, so the band fits perfectly with the little clasp being right on the bottom of your wrist. And overall, after I've adjusted it, I can tell you that it fits good on my hand. Like I said, it's not extremely snug for me personally, but it's snug enough where it's on my wrist pretty good and doesn't move that much. However, I do notice a little bit of pinching on my little hairs and skin on my wrist sometimes, but that's of course going to happen because of the metal band and the gaps between each of the links. That also happens with any other watch that I use that's also metal, so it's not really that big of an issue with this band specifically. It's just I'm not that used to using the metal bands since I've always stuck around with the silicone bands when getting an Apple Watch. Overall, if you want a nice premium look for your Apple Watch Ultra or a regular Apple Watch and you want to kind of dress up your watch to make it match your outfit, then this is definitely the band to go for. And it's worth the investment because you're getting a nice quality band for the price that you're paying compared to getting a cheaper band and just tossing them one after another after they break, or of course the coating scratches away. This coating here seems like it's gonna be extremely durable, just like it is on the actual Apple Watch Ultra. I think they did an amazing job with this one, and I can tell you that it's definitely worth the money. If you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Zanif Tech is out.